Hello and welcome back to the channel Cybersecurity Nation. Your free ethical hacking guide continues with day 8. In our last video, we looked at the 5 stages of a penetration test. Today, we will dive into important considerations before and after installing KaliLinux. So, before we get started, I want to remind you to please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more free cybersecurity, ethical hacking tutorials, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next essential guide. So let's get started with today's tutorials. First, we need to check if virtualization is already enabled. To do that, we need to go to Task Manager. So next we go to Performance. Click the Performance tab, CPU, and here you see virtualization enabled. So that means we can install our virtual machine and our Kali Linux operating system. So these are one of the things you do before you start installing Kali Linux or a virtual machine, which is in our case we installed Oracle virtual machine. So if this is not enabled here, what you have to do is to go to your BIOS settings and change the settings from disabled to enabled, which is your virtualization VTX, from disabled to enabled. I will show you how to do that now, just in case it is not enabled here. To go to the BIOS settings, you need to use the hotkey. In my case, I pressed F10 while I was restarting the PC. In your case, could be F1 or F2. On your BIOS settings, click on System Information. Next, click on Advanced. Next, click on System Options and check the virtualization technology VTX. Click on Save to commit changes. Yes. Then click on Exit to commit changes. Click Yes to commit the changes, and that's it. So, after we've confirmed that virtualization is enabled on our task manager, and we've successfully enabled virtualization, then we proceed to install Kali Linux operating system after we've installed our virtual machine. Before we proceed to install guest additions, first we need to update the OS. So to do that, I just open Terminal, right click on your desktop, open Terminal here, and user admin privilege to run the command sudo apt update. Enter your password. Keep in mind you won't see your password on the screen while you're typing. So just keep on typing. Ensure you type the correct words. So this will take some time, depends on your internet connection. So make sure you have strong internet connectivity and before you start the download. I'll just pause this and I'll resume once it is complete. After successfully running the first command, the next thing is to, by running this command, sudo apt upgrade. So after typing Press enter to continue. So it's going to ask, do you want to continue installing 79 or upgrading this? You click on yes, Y, type Y on your keyboard, enter. So it's going to continue with the download and installation. So this might take quite some time. I'm going to pause this video and resume when the installation is complete. If you encounter error, if you come across this error, KaliLinux, headless, while processing, first we check the current kernel version using this command. You name RK61238. Next, we try to update again. Sudo apt-get update. Type in your password. Done. Next, we'll type this following command: get upgrade. This should be done in a few minutes, and we just have to reboot the KaliLinux OS once it's done processing. Okay, now we just have to type reboot. You can do this here. You can restart from here. So I'll just type, press the enter key. So once the OS is running, we just check the kernel version again and proceed to install the headers and see if that resolves the issue. So open your terminal, check the new kernel version. You can see it has upgraded. So now we just have to install the headers using the following command: sudo apt-get $. Make sure there's a space, -r, enter. So it will request for password. Type in your password. And yes, this should resolve the issue of headers, missing headers. So the headers have been set up successfully using the previous command. So now we just have to upgrade. I will update first. So you see now the error has fixed. So as you can see, now the sudo apt update has successfully run without any errors by running the previous commands which has fixed the error issue. So now we just proceed to upgrade the OS, sudo apt upgrade, enter. Just follow the instruction on the screen to remove the packages that are no longer required. So they've been successfully removed and space freed. Continue. Yes. Y to continue. This will remove the packages that are no longer required. So let's just run the command one more time. Sudo apt upgrade. Oh, there was a typo there. I forgot to include P. After successfully updating our system, now it's time to install guest additions. To do that, we need to go to the devices on the menu and type and come down to insert guest additions CD image. So the guest additions consist of device drivers and system applications that improve guest OS for better performance and productivity. So you see here the on the desktop, the guest additions has been mounted here, and what you have to do now, I just right click on it and say mount volume. So you can right click to open this folder, and what we need to see the installation location. To do that, click here, right click and copy it. So this is the path to the installation files of guest additions. So these are the files. So you can just come here, change directory, just paste the path you've copied, say paste clipboard, click enter. So we've now changed directory from the desktop to the directory where guest services is where guest services files are stored. So to list the files currently in this directory, you can type ls on the terminal. So to show you all the files in this directory. You can also compare here on the folder. If you're a Windows user, you can see this is how it appears. You see this folder set here also, NT3X, which is here also. So you can compare them and see the same files here are the same files here. So what we need to do is run the Linux package. To do that, we require sudo privilege or admin privilege. So we need to use the command sudo. So you just type here sudo sh to install Linux file. So this is the file we need to install VBox Linux additions.run. So you just type it. You could also use the tab key to autocomplete. Well, because there are other Linux additions that run. Once you're done typing, click enter. This will run or install the guest additions on your system. After installing or running the guest additions, we need to reboot the system to make it active. So what I do here is just type reboot, press enter. That should be all. So it helps for better video support and other features include better mouse integration. The next thing we're going to do is to create a snapshot of the current state of the VM. So this is important in case we happen to run a command that breaks our system and we need to like roll it back to a working state. So the snapshot would help us recover our system. This will save us time in order to uninstall Linux and reinstall it. To take a snapshot of the current state of the virtual machine, select KaliLinux. Here, after details, click snapshots. Here you see take, click on take snapshots. You'd want to give it a name so that in the future, if you decide to create a snapshot after making progress or other installations, you know when to or where you would like to recover back to. So I will say I could name this snapshots start. So if in the future when I make other changes, I could say snapshots install. I know when I want to roll back, I know what name of snapshot is current or more recent. So I could even use snapshot November 25. So once I'm done, you could leave a description to remind you or a note. Click OK. So this is taking the snapshot of my current state of my operating system. So it's here. We've created a snapshot here. That's it for today. On our next tutorial, we're going to be looking at Linux basics. That will be helpful in using our terminal for ethical hacking tutorials. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed watching, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more free ethical hacking tutorials. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next essential guide. See you.